stuff that's rare upstairs. Any idea what the album goes to?
No idea. No, I have no idea. I just won it because I did buy it originally and I had it.
You had the alternate cover.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hey, how are you, Tim? I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be rare price. Sometimes it's just because I like it. I want it.
Something that's curious about it.
Yeah.
They got you.
I can remember years ago who had Velvet Underground's out with
Yeah, the
Cellophane
banana. I
Field.
was just gonna say about that's a rare cover. The sticker's still on.
Yeah, I know they had one year somebody had it here, but it was reconditioned because
when it's
yeah,
in really
I
nice
heard
shape.
about it for years and it was this one never when it was still over at Cosmos when I was going up there. I actually got to see it physically. I never saw it before, so that was cool.
It's a good album.
Okay, are you at the street level or the lobby level? Are you at the top of the escalator? All right, I'll be right down there. Okay. All right, I'll let you know. Okay.
Hello, Beatle friends and everyone else watching. Hope you all enjoyed watching a little bit of the Fest footage that I've recorded at the Fest for Beatles fans this past weekend. As most of you know, I've attended the Fest for Beatles fans from March 9th through the 11th. I attended all 3 days for the first time ever. Usually when I attend the Fest for Beatles fans, I only attend Saturday, but not this time. I attended all 3 days. And it was a wonderful 3-day experience, I should say. I got to meet some wonderful people at the Fest. I got to meet Beatle Brad for the first time. I've talked to Beatle Brad on the phone when I was at Mean Mr. Mayo's record store this past year. It was great talking to Brad, and I'm glad to be able to see Brad in person and socialize with him in person. And I also got to meet a fan named Alan C. Records. I've seen him in some of my live chats and had a great time talking with Alan C. Records at the Fest as well as the chat. And obviously I got to see Mean Mr. Mayo, Joe, as usual. Always great to see Joe again. I've seen Joe about 5 times or something. Great to see Joe again as usual. I also got to meet Benjamin Camera Sparks. Benjamin was a fun young man to talk Beatles to. He showed me some of his wonderful items that he purchased. I'm going to go through some stuff that I got from the Fest for Beatles fans. These are mainly free gifts that I received at the Fest. I didn't really buy anything. I've been wanting to buy records at the marketplace and all sorts of stuff, but instead, I've decided I wanted to pass on them because I bought a bunch of them, obviously, off eBay and Discogs and at my local record stores for an awesome price. And plus, there weren't that many vendors there in the marketplace, I'm sad to say, but still had a great time looking around at the marketplace. without further ado, I'm going to go through my stuff that I acquired at the fest for free. These are basically free gifts. I'm going to start off with this program here. As you can see, that's the cover of the fest program. The white album with Yellow Submarine and the Sea of Holes. Really nicely done cover right there. These are the guests. Nice list of guests. Okay, I want to start off with a CD that I got for free as a gift from Allen C Records. As you can see in the Fest for Beatles fans footage that me and Mr. Mayo uploaded on YouTube, there's the part in the middle of the video where you see Allen C Records presenting me and Mr. Mayo, and Beatle Brad with this CD here. The CD that Allen C Records presented us is this here. This is a CD pirate of the Beatles Alpha Omega Volume 2 collection, which was released on vinyl unofficially back in early 70s. This was the collection along with Volume 1 that prompted EMI or Apple or Capitol to take action and pull this particular release off the shelves and release the Red and Blue albums. And it's a 3 CD set. The track list here. It's a great mix of the Beatles as a group as well as some solo songs. And it looks nice here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and open this very carefully. I think I hear some CDs inside the case. Gonna have to carefully open this. Here we go. Alright. Case looks beautiful. This thing survived the trip home. Alright. Okay. This is the CD label. Disc 1 of 3. Disc 2 of 3. In beautiful condition. And disc 3 of 3. I would assume that this CD here is a needle drop of the Alpha Omega Volume 2 set on vinyl, which I don't have in my collection yet. I still have to get the first one on vinyl. Hopefully that will happen someday. I'm going to have to look for this. So, once again, Allen C Records, if you're watching, thank you very much for presenting myself and Joe and Beatle Brad with this wonderful CD, unofficial CD here. Appreciate that very much, Allen C. And I can't wait to listen to this when I get the chance. So, alright, now on to more gifts. As most of you saw in the Fest for Beatles fans video that was posted by me and Mr. Mayo, we played the game of Beatles Trivia, where Tom Frangione, the Beatles expert, would ask us questions about the Beatles, both group and solo. And there's also the Name That Tune game, which I played on Friday night. And had a great time with Name That Tune as well. And I won. I made it to the finals, and I won the final round where Tom Frangione would play snippets of the Sgt. Pepper outtakes from the new box. Now, the other round that I played in Name That Tune, they played songs, snippets from With the Beatles and A Hard Day's Night, and some from Beatles for Sale, I believe. After winning the Name That Tune contest, I received 4 prizes. And I'm going to show you all 4 of them. Let me start with prize number 1. This is a Cirque du Soleil foam ball here. in the capsule. This is like a bouncy ball here. I haven't opened this yet to play with it, but it looks nice. And next I have a book titled Get Back, Imagine Saving John Lennon by Donovan Day. Read a little bit of it. It's nice. And I have the Beatles Love t-shirt, which I haven't put on yet. And finally, the Beatles Calendar, 2018 calendar. Back of it, I haven't opened this yet. But this will give you an idea of what every calendar month looks like in this calendar. It's nice. Alright, and the very next day, on Saturday, I played the Beatles Trivia. And as most of you know, after watching Mean Mr. Mail's Fest for Beatles Fans video, I have played against Joe, Benjamin, Camera Sparks, and Beatle Brad. And we played a very tough round of Chuck Berry questions. Chuck Berry, the Chuck Berry and the Beatles connection questions. They were tough, but I managed to get through them and win that round. And I made it to the final round where Tom Frangio asked us questions, George Harrison questions, both as a Beatle and as a solo artist. And I also won the final round in the Beatles Trivia. And I was given this as a contest prize, a game prize. A Dose of Rock and Roll by Nancy Lee Andrews. Back. This is really nice. Haven't went through this book yet, but it is pretty heavy. Okay, I'm going to go through some of the autographs that I've acquired at the fest from 3 of the guests. Going to start off with Billy J Kramer. This is the US 45 pressing of Bad to Me on Imperial Records. And Billy signed side A of the label with a gold Sharpie. On the B side is Little Children. This is kind of a double A side. And want to show you a Rutles album. I'm sure most of you already saw this in one of my old Beatles update videos. But this is the Rutles album, and it's signed by Neil Innes. To Marvin, best wishes. Love, Neil Innes. And last but not least, I acquired Randy Bachman's autograph. Randy Bachman signed this Best of the Guess Who album that I have. Nice autograph there from Randy. And that is it. I hope you all enjoyed this Fest for Beatles Fans update video. I had a great time as usual, and I'm looking to want to go to the Chicago Fest later this year. But I'm not attending all 3 days. It's going to be just Saturday, maybe Friday and Saturday, because I was only going to go Friday and Saturday, but I had to go Sunday for Randy Bachman. So talk to you all later, and stay tuned for more videos. Peace and love.